Let's take a look at Yesterday, the Beatles, Paul McCartney. Moving forward with the stories behind the music. All right, so Paul lost his mom when he was young. When you listen to the song, many people think it's about losing a loved one. Mom, dad, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife. That is surely possible. Now, when you listen to the song for the very first time, and you do not search up anything, you don't Google anything, what comes to your mind? Now, for Yesterday, some people believe that this song has a connection to Paul's ex, Jane Asher, whom he met before he wrote the song. However, the breakup does not coincide with the song release. But here's the plot twist. He did write the song while living with his then girlfriend, you guessed it, Jane Asher. Although it's many years after his mom passes, it is possible that this is, Paul McCartney releasing his pain. Maybe. Some people have talked about that. In an interview with Paul McCartney, he talks about how he woke up from a dream, wrote down the melody early in the morning. Now, the original lyrics were about scrambled eggs. Now, you can read some accounts where when they were trying to figure out the name of the song to go from scrambled eggs to Yesterday, that, it was, John Lennon's idea. Or you hear him talking about how they worked on the song for this many months or a year or whatever. There's certainly, some different and varied accounts on a lot of this, but the common threads are simply this. He did meet Jane, like Jane and him met before he wrote the song, and he was living with Jane when he wrote the song. I want to say maybe in the attic of the live with Jane's family. And he did actually have a dream, but when you hear Paul McCartney talk about this on YouTube, there's one video, it's very short and sweet, and there's some interviews. I haven't found one, and you might. There's not something where he just pours out his heart and soul. Maybe on some of these podcasts, which are on my to-do list. I haven't listened to them all, but I did, even as I was prepping for today, I was double checking. Okay, I have some pretty awesome students. I know they're gonna check me on this. So I did listen to Paul talk about it, a few hours ago. I heard him talking about it, and in the different videos or podcasts I was able to just double check as I'm getting ready for today, he didn't go on and on. He's pretty much boom, boom, boom. So what Paul does say is, yes, I woke up from a dream and I did write down the melody, and I wrote about scrambled eggs. On YouTube, he didn't say that he was hungry. Maybe he was. In the YouTube video that I was watching, he didn't talk about hunger or how he wanted sausage or bacon or eggs over it. It was really short and sweet and simple. And even the other video I found is pretty much the same thing. So maybe in these podcasts, he elaborates more. But at any rate, the original lyrics were about scrambled eggs on the song Yesterday. And with all these different stories about the song floating around, even when you look at all the things that, Paul McCartney or John Lennon or anyone but the Beatles, there do seem to be some inconsistencies and, of course, variations. And this is normal over time. You got to remember that a lot of these things, when we talk about like history and things that happened, when you put years, time, and space in between, things can be embellished. They can be exaggerated. Honestly, they could just be forgotten. And you're like, hey, man, like, what, how did that go down? And you're asking your friend how it went down, but you're the one that was leading all the action. So, while the human brain is miraculous, we can still forget, things here and there. And then as the years go by, and maybe, let's say it's been 30 years, and you're asking an artist like, hey, why'd you write the song, or what was this about, or what's the real deal? You never told us the real deal. Are you willing to maybe share that stuff now? And then, maybe they do, but maybe they're doing their best to try to. And then a couple of days later, they go on another podcast show, whatever, and remembering that this, it's been 30 or so years, and they're asked the same question, but then they give the answers a little bit different. But the heart of it, you will get, is the same. So the heart of Yesterday by Beatles, Paul McCartney, it's the same. Like the common threads are, yeah, he's living with Jane. Yes, the original lyrics are about scrambled eggs. No, it has nothing to do with him breaking up with Jane Asher. These are some common threads there. So what you could listen to get this information and or more is the Paul McCartney podcast. You can find this on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. Check it out. You could also check out the Music History Project podcast. You can find this on the NAM website, National Association of Music Merchants. It's www.namm.org. Also, check out the book, The Beatles from A to Z, an alphabetical mystery tour. It's a great read by Peter Asher. Maybe some of the reasons we are so drawn to music is that there is some kind of connection we have to the song. And that connection might just be the melody or rhythm. It could be the lyrics, word for word, and how some of us feel that the song is talking to us, or that the song is about us, or that the song is about you. It's about you. Sometimes we're drawn to music for just move, groove, and dance. And that's cool too. Music is in the eye of the beholder, and that's for all of us.